everyone. Hello, welcome to my fancy image rollovers and transparency effects tutorial. Um, Brought to you by htmlpimp.org. Alright, let's get started. I want this one to be on YouTube, which means it has to be less than 10 minutes in length, so let's get started. Okay, first, I have images already set up, already made. They're this one and this one. Those are the ones that we'll be using to use for the image rollover. Okay, so we start with image source equals images slash button back 0 dot gif. And now that I use 0 for the ones that are the ones that we want to use for the starting, for when the mouse isn't over it. So now we do a little bit of JavaScript actually. We do on mouse over equals this dot source equals images slash button back 1 dot gif. So that's the other image. And make sure you use the single quotes right here because the whole thing is encased in double quotes. So that right here, I'll just show you really quick. It's the image, and then if I put the mouse over it, it changes. But it does. That's all it does. We want it to. We want the image to change back when the mouse is gone. So we change this. We put that back to 0, and we put on mouse out, and that's the only difference. So now if we go to it, go like that, boom, 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 just like that. It works. What you should do though is add so the web browser, so there's no delay in when you put the mouse over. It doesn't have to load the image. We do image source. We load the image of the mouse over dot gif, but we don't show it. So we do style equals display none, like that, and that'll preload the image. It won't show that image because the display is set to none. But it'll load it, so by the time the user puts the mouse over it, there won't be any lag. Alright, so that's see, this thing's not there, and that's that. And if you want to make it into a link, you would just put your a tag, like a href equals index.html, and then at the end, don't forget to end your a tags. And now refresh. Now we can click on it, and it takes me to the index of our dumpster diver page. Okay. Now, what you should do is also add this to get rid of the border that'll show around any image links. It's inside of the style thing. Just put image border none. Otherwise, that blue border will appear. So, moving on to the transparencies. The only thing we have to do, it's easy, but we have to worry about Internet Explorer because they have their own stupid way of doing it. So we do image source equals, we're just going to use the same image, button back 0 dot gif. Now we do style equals opacity, and this number is anywhere between 0 and 1, so we're going to do 0.4. That'll be like, 40% of the picture will show. But or the rest will blend in behind it, whatever's behind it. And now for Internet Explorer, they have their own thing, and we have to do it like this: this dot filter alpha parenthesis opacity equals 40. They use a scale of 1 to 100, but 0.4 and 40 are the same. So now we'll close the style tag, and we'll save that and test it out, make sure it works. And there it is. See, it's blending in with the background behind it. Okay, so now we want to do the cool effect. We do on mouse over, so that when we put the mouse over it, it'll the image will become brighter and full color. So we do this dot style dot opacity equals 0.4, and that covers like 90% of the browsers, but then 90% of the users are using Internet Explorer. So we have to do the second line, which is this dot filters. Notice this is just filter and this is filters. Dot alpha dot opacity equals 100. And actually right here this should be set to 1 because that's 100%. That's the bright color. You know, the whole image will show and there'll be no transparency. And then we do the same thing for mouse out. So when the mouse leaves it, we put it back to 0.4, which is how it starts. And this is 40 because they're two different things. It's doing the same thing, but it's browser. It's checking for, or it works for all browsers. So we'll save that and we'll check it. Oops, I have an extra one of those guys. All right. And yep, see, that's working great in Firefox. Now let's pray, cross our fingers that OC got trouble in Internet Explorer. Whoa, I just have to get rid of this, I think, because we don't need this there. Firefox, Internet Explorer, yeah, okay. And now it's working in both browsers, which is really hard to do. But you just watched me do it, and it's not that hard once you understand it. So that's about it. And if you want to make a link to it, do the same thing. Put an A in front of it and /A at the end. So thanks for watching, and check out my website, htmlpimp.org. My name is Blake, and hopefully I'll see you later. Take care.